What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the CPA Zone, the podcast where we discuss tax strategies and accounting tips for entrepreneurs and real estate investors. My name is Ryan Pulice, and our company, the Pulice Group, offers tax planning and advisory services for entrepreneurs like you. Whether it's bookkeeping, tax planning, or CFO services that you're looking for, we've got you covered. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the CPA Zone. Today, we're joined by Madeeha Zaheer of Apex Financial Services, and we're going to talk a bit about why bookkeeping, good bookkeeping, is so important for real estate investors. This also applies to business owners, and we'll talk about things about similar to buying and selling properties, especially bigger deals, why your books are important, and other things where this comes up. I know I see it all the time. So, Madeeha, thanks for joining us. Would you give us a bit about your background, maybe what got you into specializing in bookkeeping for real estate investors, and a bit more about your bio?
Hi, everyone. I'm Madeeha Zaheer, founder of Apex Financial Services. We're a virtual accounting firm, basically providing bookkeeping, accounting, and CFO services to small businesses and especially real estate businesses. I started off actually helping out my dad in his business, like when I was in college. It started from admin tasks and then transitioned into accounting work, like payables, receivables. And then that just piqued my interest. I'm like, okay, this is something that I'm good at.
Mhm.
I went on to get my master's in accounting from Baruch. And then from there, I just got a job opportunity working with a real estate management company. They managed residential real estate. And I learned, a lot from there. And then I got an opportunity working with a real estate investor who invested and managed their own properties. They had a portfolio of residential and a lot of commercial property. And then I spent a good few years learning the ins and outs of everything real estate at that point and just the different strategies, how to maximize, your profits or income and minimize taxes and all the different strategies associated with that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, sorry, because you're also an enrolled agent, aren't you?
I am. So
Okay,
along
awesome.
the way, I decided, hey, it wouldn't hurt to gain more tax knowledge. And
Yeah.
I decided to pursue, a license, an enrolled agent license. And today I am a federally licensed enrolled agent as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be huge coming up with the tax bill that just passed, the one big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
A lot of changes, a lot of pro real estate investor changes, like the bonus depreciation.
Yeah.
A lot going on there, but it's a
I
good bit of it's
feel
good
like
news for real estate investors.
Yeah, I feel like the comeback of 100% bonus depreciation is going to be a big deal for real estate investors to be able to leverage that and really like take those huge tax write-offs off the
Yeah,
bat. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely going to help. I guess let's just talk a bit about why bookkeeping becomes so important for most investors. Starting out, a lot of people, you get a single family home or two, you can probably track a lot of your activity in an Excel spreadsheet because
Mhm.
you're paying your mortgage once a month, maybe your property taxes and insurance are wrapped up in an escrow. Maybe you
Yeah.
pay those once or twice a year, depending on where you are, and you're going to have the occasional repair. So there's not a lot of intensive work. But for more advanced or sophisticated investors or anyone doing a big deal, like if you're raising capital to put together a deal or syndication, you cannot get around having a complete set of
Yeah,
financial statements.
definitely. The,
And
the bank is going to ask you for not just your financials, but they may ask you for quarterly financials to keep
yeah,
up the lines of credit and those loans, in good standing. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, and when you get to that level, when you're sort of at that point where you've got the bigger deals, you've got investors, you don't want to skip here and And I think most people that are doing this seriously already know this and go that route. But I've seen a lot of times, and the same applies to business owners. They run the business well, but keeping up with the bookkeeping and trying to do it yourself, it's really difficult as you scale. And
Yeah.
I've seen it blow up deals for trying to sell a business and where it did not go through because they couldn't get
Yeah.
multiple years of clean financials in place in time.
Yeah,
So
because at times, even like finding the right properties will take a good amount of hours out of your
yeah,
day, right? Searching, strategizing, analyzing, all of that stuff. And then along the way, sometimes bookkeeping just gets put on the back burner
yeah,
where you're kind of, okay, it's been a few months, you haven't done your bookkeeping, everything is out of whack, you don't know what's going on. You
yeah,
don't know how much cash you have to spend. All of that, or, those factors kind of play into how you're going to do business. So having a good professional bookkeeper on your team or on your side is really going to be beneficial at that point because for like you said, for somebody with one or two properties or even three, yeah, having an Excel spreadsheet makes sense. You can do it. But as you really try to grow your portfolio and add on properties, it becomes complicated. There's a lot of things to track.
yeah,
There's, yeah. So, then kind of putting things into a proper system like, say, QuickBooks, desktop or online, and then using classes to separate out all the different financials that sometimes becomes confusing.
yeah,
Oh, so again, like having a bookkeeper do that instead of, hey, trying to do it all really can free up your time and then give you that peace of mind that, hey, it's being done properly.
yeah.
And you can trust that, hey, your financials are there when you need them.
Yeah, exactly. And then freeing up that time is really what becomes critical. If you're putting together big larger deals and generating certain returns, your time should be spent doing what you're really great at and leave the bookkeeping and the other work as well to people that is their focus area and their
Yeah,
profession.
definitely. Like, if you're stuck, a few hours every day doing bookkeeping or admin tasks that really kind of will hold you back from growing and really, kind of achieving that portfolio that you're dreaming of. You'll get there, but it'll take you a few years longer than you
Yeah.
anticipate. So just
Yeah.
having things, I think, delegated to professionals as much as you possibly can
Yep.
really put you ahead of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And the same. I know you touched on it a few minutes ago, but just obtaining financing, like
Yeah.
getting stuff from the banks. A lot of people, especially real estate investors, if they're going through the loan process, a bank's going to ask for they're going to ask for your tax returns. They're going to ask for your current financial statements because they want year to date. A lot of people are during the year up through October. You might not even have last year's tax return ready yet. If it's on extension, if you're waiting on K-1s from deals you're invested in, so a bank will ask for a set of financial statements while they wait on that tax return if it's on extension. They just want to see year to date numbers. So if you're able to pull something together for them quickly that is accurate, then that can help you when it comes to getting
Yeah.
getting the financing you need for your deals. So
And I
I've
have
seen that become an issue before.
Sorry to cut you off. But I have
Okay.
actually done that multiple times where, okay, you're in the middle of kind of putting together a deal and the bank is asking for a year-to-date balance sheet or
Yeah.
year-to-date financials. And like you said, yeah, the tax return's not ready yet, or it's, for the past year, it's not year-to-date, So at that point, yes, I can step in and generate those things for you and kind of, you know,
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So it's important to have the ability to pull. You should be able to just run a report, have your financials. You don't want to scramble and get it done last minute. And just having that stuff in a software, especially if it's available online, you kind of have a pulse on the business as a whole
yeah,
at any time you need it.
yes,
I've seen where clients, they've set up a bookkeeping system, then you get multiple properties in there, and maybe the class isn't set up, or a location, something that could help you segregate those properties, and they can kind of look and see like, okay, I know what my P&L looks like on whole, but there's 5 properties in there. We don't have any insight into how each property is performing. So
Yeah,
then you got to go back and try to clean
exactly.
that stuff up. If you get it done and set up correctly early on, it just saves so much time later
Yeah,
down the road. Yeah.
I agree. It really gives you the visibility into how each property is performing
Yeah.
independently rather than as a portfolio. And then, you can make better decision as to, hey, is this worth keeping in the portfolio or can you
Yeah.
switch it up, get something more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the qualities I know we look for with bookkeeping is bookkeepers that know how to set up the financial statements in a fashion that we call tax return ready. So,
Yes.
there might be a few tax adjustments to make, like the depreciation. That's going to be different that's going to, we would send that back to you or whoever's
Sure.
doing the bookkeeping, book the tax depreciation, but everything else kind of they're ready to go. You kind of looking at the
Yeah.
financial
And then
statements.
exactly,
So,
that's how it works. When I'm working with a CPA, they'll send me back because they're maintaining those depreciation schedules, right?
yeah.
So once they send me that data, hey, this is a depreciation, this is a amortization for this year. It's as simple as, adding in a few journal entries and then
Yeah,
everything's
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that becomes so nice, like having that when you
And
when you're putting together
yeah,
your team, you've got your bookkeeper, your tax person,
I think
your
you
attorney.
can probably tell us better how good that is for you
Oh yeah, it's
as a
huge.
CPA. Like
Yeah.
when you have a tax ready book sent to you rather than a bunch of like receipts and, bank statements.
Yeah, if we get that, we just tell them, hey, you have to hire a bookkeeper, or we're gonna charge you to do the write up work, put your return
Yeah.
on extension, and here's what it's going to cost for us to put this together, which would be the same as just you have a bookkeeper.
Yeah,
If
I
it's
think
if it's a single family home where you have 5 receipts, okay, that's not a big deal. But
yeah.
something larger, yeah, we just can't do it. And most CPA firms aren't going to sit
They
down and
are
try to do that in February and March. Get those returns.
yeah, because oh my God, it's so stressful at that time, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody's scrambling to get their taxes done. And as it is, I believe you, along with all the other CPAs, are overloaded at those
Yeah.
times. A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people
That
want
time
to
of
get
year, it's just, yeah.
especially if the books are not clean, is definitely going on extension.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
if things aren't in good shape, there's just no getting around it.
Yeah.
If you want it done right.
Yeah. Unless you want to be filing amendments later, which again
Yeah. Yeah.
is
Exactly.
costly and time consuming and it's
Yeah.
avoidable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, those are really, you need those clean books in place and ready to go to help file your taxes. So that's pretty critical. And then, getting the financing, buying or selling. You don't want to ruin a deal over having things not set up correctly. And like you said, it's just freeing up that time, which becomes
Yeah.
critical. And that's something I don't know. I learned the hard way, to be honest, in a lot of things. Like for me with my own business, initially I wanted to do a lot myself, and then you realize how quickly it the money you spend to have professionals on your team and taking care of the things that you shouldn't really be dealing with yourself. It frees up so much time because they're going to do it more efficiently, and then you can focus on doing what you're really good at, and that's making money with your real estate, or running your small business, whatever it may be, because this logic applies to both business owners and real estate investors. So
And I believe it saves you from burnout.
yeah,
Like if you're doing everything yourself at one point, you're really wishing for a break.
yeah, that was me the first few years I was running my company. It's just like every day
Yeah.
it was fire drill after fire drill. I was trying to do everything, and then you kind of get that first hire, and then it's like, okay, oh, I
Yeah. It's
need to
like a
do X, Y,
breath
Z
of
anymore.
fresh air, right? Just like
Yeah,
relief.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. I love seeing that on clients' faces when they or just their relief and the
Yeah,
hey, I
exactly.
don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I have somebody handling it. I'm like, "Yeah, this is great."
Yep. So just wanted to change gears a little bit on the bookkeeping. I know you work with QuickBooks and QuickBooks Online. Are there any other softwares out there that you like or that you work with that you think work well, especially for the real estate investors?
So I know like for property management, there are like additional softwares that can integrate eventually or like, pull from that and then put into your system. But I really like using QuickBooks Desktop. I feel like it's very simple and but it has a lot of capability, especially with the classes and having like the client that I worked with having a much more sophisticated portfolio.
Yeah.
But QuickBooks Online is great. I think
Yeah.
it's open for everybody. It's just so convenient, it's easy to understand, and like I highly I think recommend that one.
Okay, good deal. Have you ever heard of REI Hub? I've recently heard of this one. I've never used it, so I don't know anything about it other than someone had brought that up to me recently.
Oh, no, but I definitely like, you know, learning all these new things because technology can really put us ahead. I feel like, trying to
Yeah.
leverage all these new systems and it's exciting.
Yeah,
And there's
definitely.
always something new coming on the market.
Yeah. Are
But
there
yeah,
any
definitely.
apps or software, just new apps or softwares that you're using that you like?
Specific to the accounting part, I
Uh,
wouldn't
Kind of
say,
running your business,
but
either one.
yeah, like for there's Carbon that is for like,
Oh, the
client
practice management system.
management and yeah, then
Yeah.
there's practice ignition, those kind of things. But even just a simple Dropbox sometimes
Yeah.
works.
Yeah,
Sometimes like
exactly.
I've also like had to just encrypt PDF and hey,
Okay. Yep.
secure things. I think just keeping data secure is a high priority in what we
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of also advising clients, hey, please don't be sending out your tax returns and email.
I know. Yeah, that's. Oh man, what are you doing? And it happens a lot. Like there's a portal right here, a very safe and secure way to send it. But
Yeah, yeah,
I think most people are kind of getting better about that. Um,
yeah. But my goal when I work with somebody is to, yeah, do that research for the client and see, hey,
yeah.
what could be beneficial for you? Like there's a lot of things available, but not everything is suitable for, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
I like to say, yeah, that we tailor, our services. So everything is pretty much geared to your business, not really a standard kind of across the board thing. So when I work with somebody, like if they're interested in implementing new technology, like definitely I would partner up and kind of help them out and implement things.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. That's kind of our approach as well. We like there's some go-to softwares we use, like QuickBooks Online for us, so the bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Uh, do you use like a Bill.com or any of the payroll?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, for clients that need payroll, there's Gusto, there's
yeah,
a few others, and that yeah, Bill.com is great for payables and
yep, yeah.
yeah.
There's some really bad payroll companies out there too. I won't name them, but there's just like what do you?
Payroll is tricky.
It is. It is. It's usually the level of support you get from them when
Yeah.
something goes wrong, or if you need to add an employee in a new state. It's
Oh, yes.
very lacking on.
It's been very challenging. I feel like, there's very
Gusto is
limited
really good about
knowledge
most of
out there, although it's become so normal after COVID, the trend of people moving out of state and like,
that.
um, but and then I've kind of been surprised that payroll companies don't know what to do. They're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Or they're
"Whatever."
just like, no, we don't do that. What?
I'm like, "Mm, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wish, yeah, that there was I mean, this should be really something that's, hard set knowledge for payroll companies. "Hey, how to deal with this situation?"
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
help your clients set up payroll if they need it? Like I know
definitely, yeah.
getting the payroll set up sometimes is And it's tricky at times getting things set up, registering for the right accounts, and time goes into like your QuickBooks
The
Online,
initial
sitting there for
setup,
payroll.
yeah, I mean, the initial setup is all that's complicated. After that, it's but
Yeah.
definitely, I would help them set it up if needed.
Okay. Awesome. Good deal. I think we're about coming up on time. Do you have the best way, or can you let us know the best way for listeners to get in touch with you? We'll put everything in the show notes so it's there as well. But
Yes. So I have a website that you can reach me at is www.apexfinances.net. I
okay,
am also
awesome.
on LinkedIn with my name,
Okay,
Madeeha Zaheer,
perfect. All right,
and
yeah,
then you can
we'll
find
throw
me on
that.
Insta as well. So you can look
Okay,
for Apex Financial Services based
all right,
on yeah.
that sounds perfect. Yeah, we'll put all that in the show notes as well. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate you coming on, and we'll have to do it again in the future.
Thanks for having me on. It was really a pleasure talking to you, Ryan, as
Yeah,
always.
absolutely. All right, everybody, that about does it for today. Thanks again for tuning in. If you found any value in this episode, please hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a 5-star review. Until next time, have a great day. Are you interested in becoming a client? Click the Discovery Meeting link in the show notes to schedule a free call to discuss our services. So that about does it for this episode of the CPA Zone. Thanks for listening, and I hope you found something valuable that you can take away. We are taking on new clients, and if you'd like to work with us, then go to our website and fill out the client intake form on our contact page. This can be found at thepulicegroup.com/contact. That's ThePulicegroup.com/contact.